Well, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone had a nice Thanksgiving and a nice weekend as well. Overall, our weather pattern has been rather quiet over the last several days, and I think our forecast stays fairly quiet this week. A storm is going to track to our south Tuesday and Wednesday. There's the chance for a few snow showers on Wednesday, but the big story this week, leading my forecast headlines, will be the cool temps. Temps will struggle to get out of the 30s Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday being the coolest day, and Saturday, normal high temperature is 44 degrees. Will be well below that over the next several days. A little bit of a warm-up is expected on Sunday, but that will be ahead of our next cold front, which should arrive either late Sunday or Sunday night with some rain showers. Lows tonight will bottom on the teens for most, closer to 20 degrees here at the coastline. Some single numbers are likely back in the sheltered valleys in the mountains. Here's a look back at your time lapse. This our Augusta Skycam time lapse. Notice how a lot of those clouds just melt away as the sun set closer to 4 o'clock right there. With a clear sky, a light wind, and a dry atmosphere, temps are going to fall pretty quickly tonight. Did you get a chance to see some of those neat-looking clouds in central Maine back in the hills and mountains? When I used to work at the Mount Washington Observatory, I remember seeing these all the time. We had some really neat-looking ones, and they form only in the mountains, or mountains, hills, and downwind of the mountains as well. These are called lenticular clouds, and they are one of the only clouds that really is stationary, doesn't move at all. What happens is you have the cloud continuously forming and dissipating as you have air rising leading into the cloud and then sinking on the front end of the cloud right there. And a lot of people mistake these clouds as UFOs or flying saucers for obvious reasons. I don't know, maybe it's a little bit of a stretch right there, but a neat looking lenticular cloud. That one coming in from Katy in Oakland. Clear skies out there this evening. Again, temps are going to fall pretty quickly. A storm will form tomorrow. There's a little batch of energy from the Gulf states heading up into the Midwest. Now the storm actually develops right out in here, and it's going to track to our south and east, probably too far to our south and east to bring us a big impact here in northern New England. Parts of southern New England should see some light accumulations of snow. But one thing I do want to watch when the storm's way out in here a few hundred miles to our east, sometimes you get these little appendages off of the storm. We call this an inverted trough that kind of it's sort of shaped like a banana that sometimes leads up into New Hampshire or Maine. If it sets up, we would see some snow showers or even a period of light snow on Wednesday. Not convinced it's going to actually develop though. So that's something we need to watch. Let's walk you through this now in Storm Tracker hour by hour. Clouds will thicken up during the course of the morning tomorrow. I think it's a mostly cloudy day. Bright spots or brightest skies should be over northern parts of Maine. I'd say from central Maine, eastern Maine, up into northern parts of the state. Temps starting in the teens and 20s, so a cold start to the day on Tuesday. Note some of those snow showers. Remember, steadiest snow during tomorrow's storm should stay over southern New England. However, there's the chance for a few snow showers even over extreme southern parts of Maine and southern parts of New Hampshire. That's about 2:30 in the afternoon. Temps struggling to get out of the mid to upper 30s. Snow showers are possible in the mountains there as well. Now, I want to take you into the day on Wednesday. Remember that storm is to our east. It's strengthening during this period. Now, if that inverted trough sets up, like this model is saying it will, we would see a narrow band of light snow or snow showers develop. Again, I'm not convinced this is going to actually occur. These are one of the most difficult things to forecast here in northern New England because it could be way out in here. If it's way out in the ocean, well, we just have partly cloudy skies. It could be down in here. It could be down in here. So stay tuned. Best chance for snow showers, even a light period of snow, will be on Wednesday. Here are some of the forecast models. I typically wouldn't show these during my evening broadcast here, but this is the Weather Extra, and we can do anything we want in the web, right? The reason I want to show you this here is I want to pinpoint or show you a few models that are picking up on this inverted trough, or some people like to call it a Norland trough. You can sort of see it, the perturbation in the isobars right there. This is the European model, which is valid at 7 o'clock on Wednesday evening. If this were to verify, you would see that inverted trough I was telling you about right up in here, with the greatest chance for light snow or snow showers somewhere across the mid-coast down through York County and possibly up into central Maine. Again, these are real difficult to forecast. And you can see this a little bit better with the wind setup here. These are wind barbs. Now down in here, you have winds going this way. So you basically winds coming out of the west, diving off to the south and east. Right up in here, you have winds coming out of the northeast. So you have winds doing something like this. So that inverted trough will be situated somewhere in here, right along that wind shift line. So something to watch in the coming days. This is another forecast model. This is the MM5. You can sort of see it here as well. You have winds coming out of the northeast on the north side of the trough, and you have winds coming out of the west on the south side of the trough. So there's the trough right in there, producing some snow showers. This model suggests it will be further off to the south, bringing Cape Cod some snow showers. That is valid at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday. Again, these are hard to forecast. They could be somewhere in Maine, they could be in eastern Maine, they could be down in New Hampshire, or even southern New England. So something to watch, or it could just be too far to our east to bring us really any impact at all. The big story will be the cool temps. Here's a look at those highs again. 30s for highs, overnight lows in the teens for most towns, and some single numbers certainly by Friday morning. An Arctic front moves through Thursday night and Friday morning. There's that slow warm-up by Sunday. Overall, the temps stay cool through the week. That will be the big story through this week. That's the way things look. I'll have another update coming up on News 13 at 11. I'll see you then. Have a nice night.